So it's pretty telling that the Sixers meeting got leaked so quickly. It's kind of embarrassing, I'm not going to lie, because like if you're a well-run organization, I mean this stays in-house. All the fans should know is you had a team meeting and then they speculate what this meeting is about. But we know pretty much every detail of what went on. So Shams posted an article and states the loss was the team's fourth in a row, sparking veteran guard Kyle Lowry to call for the meeting. A much-needed heart-to-heart and a call to action and urgency. Players and coaches held each other accountable and took fault in the start to the season. I think right there you see the fundamental flaw of this team. Kyle Lowry seems like the main vocal leader, which is cool. He can play a Udonis Haslem type role for the Sixers, but I would rather Joel Embiid be a guy who's calling for a meeting and being the voice of the team, considering he's our best player. And then, of course, the big news of the article, Maxey challenged Embiid to be on time to team activities, calling out the 22-23 league MVP about being late for everything and how it impacts the locker room from other players to the coaching staff. Sources briefed on the meeting told ESPN. The crazy part for me is late for everything. It's like, what are you doing, man? And I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm not even mad. I'm just like disappointed. And you guys know when your parents say that to you, it hits the heart. And this stuff just kind of pisses me off because, you know, I've been an advocate of Joel Embiid. I call him out every once in a while, but I feel like I'm pretty pro Embiid. I'm not overly pro Embiid, but this type of stuff validates like the people who have been saying trade Embiid, he's a loser, he's soft, all that stuff. Like now that stuff has validity. Also in the article it says Tyrese loves big fella, but this is the elephant in the room. A person involved in the meeting told ESPN. Players told 76ers coach Nick Nurse they want to be coached harder, and coaches in turn said they want players to practice with purpose and attention to detail. I personally can't see Paul George and Joel Embiid practicing hard. I can't see that, especially with their injury history. This was also a crazy part. Embiid, who was listed as doubtful most of Monday due to an illness, was not seen by most teammates and coaches throughout the day before appearing for warm-ups and playing in the game. What is going on? How is this team ran? He was not seen by most teammates and coaches throughout the day. He just appears out of thin air. Like, what the fuck? Also stated, Maxey is highly regarded as a young leader by many in the organization. Those around the team were not surprised that he spoke up Monday. He has been out since November 7th with a strained right hamstring. But sources said he's expected to return this week, either Wednesday in Memphis or Friday at home against Brooklyn. Thank God Tyrese Maxey is back, because his energy is much needed and also his play. Like, I feel like yesterday when the Heat were making that comeback late in the second quarter, that's like a time where Tyrese Maxey hits a clutch bucket and reverts the momentum back into the Sixers' favor. I feel like Maxey's presence was badly needed because with Paul George and Embiid as the main leaders, when things go bad, they just sulk. I feel like it could go one way or another. This could really help spark a run, because I don't know if Memphis has Ja Morant, but they've been really injured. Hopefully they're still injured. But don't get it twisted. In the back of my head, yeah, things like this usually happen. And then you have like a honeymoon phase. You go on a win streak. But the next question is, what happens when it all goes bad again? Are players and coaches just going to start pointing fingers and things like that? Are they just going to leak stories again when they start losing? But eventually it's going to go bad, and it's about how you respond to adversity. That's what really makes a team. And right now, they're not responding very well.